Thompson. Welcome to our community news program. Our first story covers one of the many events that happen on the OSU campus for the benefit of the whole community.
These little piggies came to field day. These little piggies came to run. 300 people came to judge them, and everybody had a lot of fun. Field day at Oregon State University is an opportunity to learn what makes a quality animal. Members from the 4-H and Future Farmers of America, along with their parents, came from all over Oregon, Washington, and California to attend this unique event. The evaluation clinics were taught by knowledgeable people from the OSU Animal Science Program and the Livestock Judging Team, who organized this event. The clinics covered the finer points of what to look for in sheep, beef cattle, and swine.
A little over half of lamb's total body length to be from his last rib back. So from here to here, you want his hind saddle from there to be 60% of his total body length. You understand that?
The cattle sometimes seemed nervous.
More spring. Spring of rib we're talking about right here where the rib starts coming out.
But the swine didn't seem to mind being the center of attention.
If they're more arched through their rib cage, the better they are, and just the more width and the more depth that they've got.
The kids then used their newly learned skills in a judging contest held after the clinics. The winners earned credit towards the price of an animal in the auction held at the end of the day. Kids could now make informed choices about which animal would be the best to raise as a project.
Later on we'll have
The students who organized this event are very involved with the agriculture industry. An animal science major, who is also Miss American Angus 1991, says,
This is a really great learning experience for the whole family unit because the family is there with their children, and more often than not, the father or mother will ask a question, whereas the child might be a bit too nervous too. And this field day is a really good idea because so many times the children in 4-H don't get exposure to what's right and what's wrong in animal livestock evaluation, and they can come to the university and find out what they can do maybe to improve their own projects at home. They can go home and look objectively at their cattle and see what's good about them or what's bad about them.
Field Day has been an excellent learning experience for everybody here today. I'm Heather Clark for Community Interest KBVR-TV.
The Benton County Fairgrounds are constantly busy. It seems that there is something different going on almost every weekend.
Car buffs invaded the Benton County Fairgrounds for the Corvallis Historic Auto Club's annual swap meet.
Well, this is our annual swap meet. We have the last Sunday of April every year. We have a swap meet. People come from all over to sell parts and old car bodies and memorabilia and gas pumps and whatever, and to show their old cars, as you see in the background here, just when they want to show them off. And then out here behind us and to our left, we have people who have old cars that they want to sell. And this is our annual club function. It's a fundraiser and a fun thing for all of us.
They came to sell, to trade, to buy, to bargain, but mostly they came to look. There was a field of show cars for everyone to drool over, to get inspiration for their own projects. There was also a car lot with everything from your mother-in-law's car to a rare 1934 DeSoto Airflow, and all of them for sale. And there were trinkets for sale. Maybe you need a license plate or vintage clothing. How about your own gas pump or a light rail vehicle from the 1930s? On the practical side were the vendors, who filled 350 stalls with everything imaginable, from armrests and steering wheels to rims or whole car bodies. Some people were searching for that special part they needed for their car. Everyone at the swap meet was thinking cars, and especially the members of the Corvallis Historic Auto Club.
As with most of the members, you find that most of the people here, it's a question, they may only have 4 cars and they may have 15, but they're always turning and they always have a bunch of them. If it's got a motor and wheels, it's a favorite. You know.
This is John Wright, and this is of community interest.
Our community has a lot of pride. We think this is a fabulous place to live, and we can feel good when we help out our neighbors. Lots of pride and muscle power came together last weekend. Last weekend, Corvallis and Philomath residents brought new meaning to the words, taking out the trash. Corvallis Disposal Company held its annual cleanup day and received 30% more branches, weeds, scrap metal, and other trash. 3 community groups rolled up their sleeves to clean up the city. One group was an Elder Care Coalition and OSU Fraternity and Sorority members. Community volunteers teamed up with Corvallis area high school students and pitched in. The third group was the Corvallis Fire Department. We talked to a couple of members to find out more about this yearly occurrence.
It's a cooperative effort on the part of OSU students, the fire department volunteers, community volunteers, and a lot of other groups.
Hood of about 11 fraternities and about 4 or 5 sororities participating. They contributed over about 200 volunteers to this effort. They participated with the fire department, cleaning up the downtown areas, and also the North College Hill Association cleaning up basically from Monroe to Grant between 16th Street and 26th Street, basically helping out with the Elder Care Association also with the downtown and elder care facilities.
The Corvallis Disposal has free pickup on this day, and as you walk through the community, you'll find lots of people participating.
Corvallis Disposal said this was the busiest year ever. Yard debris, wood, trash, and scrap metal was brought in by over 7,000 people to several collection sites around the city. At some locations, those directing traffic worked as hard as the people who collected the debris. And the extra effort made by residents to separate everything helped Corvallis Disposal recycle a record 61% of its collections. Good job, Corvallis. I'm Sarah Thompson, and this is Of Community Interest. Up on May 19th is a primary election. One of the local issues is a levy for funds for the Corvallis Transit District. We asked Rollie Baxter, who is Director of Public Works for the City of Corvallis, to explain the levy.
The City of Corvallis transit system has operated since 1980 on a series of 3-year levies. The levy that is being put forward on the May 19th election is a continuation of those 3-year levies. It would fund transit from for 1992 through 1995. The levy amount has increased from the previous year. The levy rate would be 20.6 cents, which is an increase from the current levy amount of 15.6 cents. The levy would generate approximately $290,000 per year to support transit operations. There are other sources of funding that also support transit operations. Those include fare revenues from the riders, state grants, and participation from OSU. Those are the key primary sources of funding. The levy issue asks whether voters wish to continue property taxes to finance the transit system.
On each political issue that we cover, we would like to present opposing opinions. Here is an opinion in favor of the passage of the transit levy.
Hi, I'm Bob Lowry. Hi. Hi, I'm Bob Lowry. I'm chair of the Citizens Committee for Transit, and for the speaking in behalf of the Corvallis Transit System, or CTS for short, I would like to point out that it helps provide the community with these following services: transportation to those who don't have a car, that includes students, elderly, handicapped, youth, and others. It's an environmental help to the community. It gives people a choice in transportation. It reduces the need for parking in and around OSU. And also elsewhere in town, it reduces traffic, it reduces our need for fossil fuels and air pollution. I consider it efficiency and mobility, for CTS has the lowest cost per ride in the state, 64% of the cost to the nearest other system, which is TriMet. Rides per bus per hour is second in the state at 32.5. CTS is in second place, right behind TriMet, which operates up in Portland. I'm asking you to please vote yes for the buses on May 19th so they can keep rolling, serving Corvallis and OSU efficiently and effectively. The May 19th ballot measure is a tax levy at 20.6 cents per thousand. A $60,000 household would pay $12.36 per year to support transit. Support for the buses has depended upon a tax levy, fares, money from the state, and the OSU contribution. All these sources, and hopefully this year some help from the students, permit transit service to the whole community, a cooperative effort to serve. The bus service has been provided by the city since 1980, utilizing levies for part of the funding. This year, an increase in fares is planned to assist with the funding program. Ridership has increased by about 110,000 since OSU began to participate about 2 years ago. A reduction in the demand for parking at OSU has been affected, as noted by the traffic committee themselves and by the people using the lots at OSU. Again, please vote yes for the buses on May 19th. That is measure number 02-05 for continued service to OSU and Corvallis. Thank you.
We were unable to find someone to speak against the transit levy. Please contact us at KBVR-TV in the MU East at Oregon State University if you would like to speak against the passage of the transit levy. On our next program, we'll present the energy and joy created by a children's performer, the love of animals and art brought together in an auction, and some of the local political issues that are coming up in the primary election. I'm Sarah Thompson, and this is Of Community Interest.